So, for whatever reason, we completely forgot to take videos today while we were in Vermilion Valley Resort, which, I don't know how we forgot. Maybe we were just enjoying our time in town too much or something. But we completely forgot to take any videos, which is a bit of a bummer. Would have been nice to have videos of the area, I guess, and talking about our resupply and stuff. But, all in all, the day went well, fairly well. We were able to sleep in, which is nice. Then we arrived in plenty of time to catch the ferry. There was actually cell service there, so we got some time on the internet, which is nice. We hadn't been able to get cell service in forever, it feels like, in the Sierras. Uh, the ferry was quite small. It was like I don't know, almost you'd think like a rowboat type thing, just small metal boat with engine attached.
We'd read on the app that they only can take 5 people at a time because they're using a small boat. And when we got there, there was already 6 other people. So we thought about just leaving and hiking because we didn't want to wait for the ferry to come, pick up some of the people, and then have to come back for us. According to the sign on the board, they leave the resort at 9 and they got to our side at 9:45, so we were like, that could be an entire hour and a half, and that's a really long wait, and we'd better off just to walk. But we decided just to wait. We ended up coming about 20 minutes early, so definitely need to get there before the scheduled time. And they unloaded the 5 people they had, and then we lined up to get on. The other 6 people there were 2 other PCT hikers and a family of 4. Apparently the PCT hikers had gotten there first, so they lined up to get on, and then the other family didn't want to split up, so they said that me and Jakota could go ahead and get on and that they would wait for the ferry. They had 2 kids, so I think if they talked to the guy, they probably could have gotten on the first ride, but they seemed okay with waiting, so we got to go first, which was nice. The ferry ride was only about 15-20 minutes.
Once we were at the resort, I mean, it was a fairly nice place. Not a lot to do, really, though. So we did a quick resupply. Their selection was a little bit limited, and I don't know. We might have some suspicion that they might actually have been selling stuff they get out of the hiker boxes. It's just they had some really random selection of like mixed bars and stuff, and some people said they were selling expired things. So stuff that they was left too long in the hiker boxes, they might actually just take and reshelf and try and sell. So I don't know. So yeah, some of the good comments and stuff that we saw there made kind of cast the whole place in a bad light, saying, they'll rip you off, they charge money for everything, they might be selling stuff out of hiker boxes and just really ripping into them. Other ones seemed, maybe less negative. Our experience, I'd say, was pretty good. I mean, it was maybe a bit pricey and stuff, but all in all, it wasn't really that bad or anything.
We went into the store, and they explained how the resort works, and where we could camp for free, where we could charge our stuff. They have a lack of water, so they said that there was no showers or laundry, which was fine because we weren't planning on doing it anyway. So then we shopped and grabbed the food that we wanted, and then we wanted to eat lunch and not breakfast, and they didn't start serving breakfast until noon, so we plugged things into charge and just had to wait for about an hour and a half before we could order any food.
So we were able to do a pretty good resupply. Hopefully, if I remember, I'll go over what we resupplied at lunch tomorrow. The selection was a little limited, but I think we did pretty good. The only things that we were missing is they didn't have any more of our stove fuel, which is a bit of a bummer. However, in the hiker boxes, I did find some that may work. It is mostly empty, so I'm probably only going to be able to cook 1 or 2 meals with it. But it may work, and most of the stuff I have can be cold soaked anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And then contact solution. I'm running low on contact solution, but I really didn't expect them to have that. And so we ended up waiting until noon to eat. The food maybe was a bit on the pricey side, but it was pretty darn good. We both got, I think they called it just like the Vermilion burger or something. It was a double patty big burger with bacon, and it was pretty good. They had fresh cut fries too, and I also got a slice of pie, and all in all, the town food was quite good. Yep.
And then after we'd eaten, it was only like 12:30, and we knew the ferry wasn't going to leave until 4, so we decided rather than just sitting around, we'd go ahead and hike out. We talked to some other people, and that was about all there was to do. We could have gone down to the lake, I guess, and swam or something instead of showering, but there was no cell service. The internet's for a fee and we didn't really want to pay it. We'd charged everything and there just wasn't really any point in waiting around, we figured. So we decided just to hike the north side of the lake back. It's about a 6-mile hike, and it wasn't too bad. One guy we were talking to said we shouldn't do it. He did it and he didn't like it, and it was too up and down, but we thought it was fine and a pretty quick hike. We made it back to the ferry landing by like 3, and then we just sat there, and because we had cell service outside the lake, so we sat there for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, so we hiked back. I forgot, before we left, we found they had some scales, which is kind of nice. They're the first scales we've actually seen all trip. So they had scales for both your bags and for weighing yourself. So after weighing myself, it looks like I might have lost around 20 to 25 pounds, which sounds pretty good. Unfortunately, though, I think, I don't know, gotta imagine at least 10 or 15 pounds of that is upper body muscle, which kind of sucks. But I definitely do think I have lost some belly fat too, which is nice. My sister lost probably about 15 pounds, and most of that is for her is probably belly fats or fat somewhere. So that is nice for her. And yeah, this weighing ourselves was after eating that huge lunch, and that's also taking into consideration we might have gained muscle on our legs. So I don't know, lots of weight shifting there going on, I think. And after the resupply, we also were able to weigh our bags. We had the full food resupply, and I think we both had 2 liters of water. And we think both of our bags weighed in right around 42 pounds. So, I don't know, a bit heavier than I'd like, and maybe even a bit heavier than my bag is really rated for. But, yeah, I suppose it's not too bad. It doesn't feel that bad. But, I don't know, maybe still a little disappointed at how heavy it is.
Back, took a break, and now we're almost 9 miles farther down the trail. We actually made it over a Silver Pass today, so we were able to do some pretty decent miles.
Saturday, July 4th. I thought I'd go over what I got in my resupply at Vermilion Valley Resort. So, breakfast is largely going to be oatmeal. I also did find this cinnamon roll thing, which I'll probably eat for today's breakfast as well. And then I also got the strawberry granola to work as a breakfast. Lunches is probably going to be these Idaho mashed potatoes. I figured, I don't know, I need about probably 2/3 for a lunch, so then each of them will have a third left over for the third lunch if I need. And also probably add in the Pop-Tarts for the lunch. Dinner is going to be Nor rice sides, which I had one yesterday as well. And then I also got a Mountain House. So yesterday I did eat a Nor's rice side, and there's also a granola bar we found in the hiker box, which I also ate for probably just while hiking. Then we had some snacks. I got some drink mixes before I realized I didn't really have, that they didn't sell any more fuel stoves, so I'm not sure how much I doubt I'll be able to use those this time. Probably have to wait till we get more stove fuel. There we go. Then we got some bars, some cookies, paydays, cookies, more cookies. The club crackers actually came from the hiker box. Then those are some Ritz crackers and some peanut butter and crackers. All of that is kind of just snacks for whenever. We tend to eat maybe like 2 lunches a day, kind of, so might help for a second lunch, or it might just help for snacks while on the trail. But I believe that's pretty much, yeah, all we got.
It's Thursday, July 2nd, and we've just come up Glen Pass. That's the side we climbed from. Went over this little bed of snow. I almost fell the other side. This pass isn't quite as high as the other passes. It's only in the 10,000 something, not 11,000. So a little less spectacular, but still a decent view off the far side. There's Jakota enjoying the view.
Saturday, July 4th. Today we're probably going to hike around 24 miles. I think we're probably already fairly well into that. Maybe as far as like 20 miles in or something. We're right near like Devil's Postpile National Park or something, so we might be able to get to see that in a bit. So far it's been a pretty easy and good day, if a bit crowded because it's the 4th. Yep, there's people walking by right now. So we could take an alternate into Devil's Postpile itself, but we're thinking we might not, as the PCT will give us a view of it, and since it's the 4th, it's so crowded that we don't really want to deal with that many people. Saturday, July 4th. These are, I guess, the Devil's Postpiles or whatever. It's what's supposed to be special about the park. Yep, they're definitely kind of interesting.
It's July 4th and we're setting up camp. We ended up in an actual established campground. We are not sure why this campground is closed, but other than one car a ways down there, there's absolutely nobody in this campground. And it seems really strange, it being the 4th of July when all other campgrounds are booked up. We're not sure how this one car was able to get in or why this campground must be closed. The bathrooms are closed, but we have running water right here at our site, and we also have a beautiful river right here behind our campsite. So we've got lots of water and this beautiful campground to ourselves almost. We did plan to camp on trail, but where we were planning on camping, somebody was already there. So we knew that there was a campground over here, pretty much literally on trail, so we came over to check it out.
Today I believe we walked like 23.5 miles. We saw the Devil's Postpile Monument, which is just a weird rock formation. Pretty cool. I believe we have like 30 miles or so to our next resupply point. So probably do, I don't know, 20 to 23 miles or so tomorrow, I think is the plan. We'll have to do 2 passes. Trying to remember their names. It's something and Donahue Pass, I believe. So tomorrow might be a bit of the harder day, reasonable miles and possible elevation gain and loss. I'm not too sure. Then Monday should be a fairly easy day. Yeah, just a few miles out. Want to try and kind of make sure we hiked at least enough miles not to have a Nero. So for us, I think 5 and under is considered a Nero for us. So we wanted to hike at least 6 miles on Monday. And I think that should happen just fine. I think we might actually end up hiking 8 miles or something on Monday. So, yeah. That still should, though, put us in town fairly early, which I think we're both kind of happy about. I think both of us have hiker hunger at this point. So getting into town early means we might be able to get 2 in-town meals, which sounds pretty nice.